Maritina ji. Thank you so much for giving me your time and doing this.
Hi, Nikita. Thank you so much for calling me here. I'm so honored.
Thank you. So before we get into our, business discussion, I really want to know about your childhood because I know we had this discussion and it inspired everybody in the breakout room, right? So I want you to tell me the challenges you faced during your school days or during your childhood and the journey you have accomplished after all your struggles. So please tell us about your childhood.
Thank you, Nikita, for asking me that. It is a very integral part of my life. As a child, each child hopes that they get a happy family, lots of love, and lots of things that they can play with, toys, and everything stuff. For us, it was like we were almost on our own. I come from a background of farmers, and my parents were farmers, so obviously they were from morning to evening, they were always on the field. So we kids were only together. And I can remember from the age of, say, I cannot remember much of my very young childhood, like 4 or 5 years old, but I can remember beyond that. So till the age of 11, I was in my native place. I have three younger brothers. So all our time used to pass by playing, eating, filling water, like tending to the cows and all the other things, catching snakes, and all these things were what used to be a part of our life. In my childhood, I have never experienced lack as such. Though we came from farmers family, there was always enough to eat. Now when you say there was enough to eat, you might think that in perspective of dal, rice, all that sort of thing. But our perspective of food was always very different. So we used
Hmm.
to always eat fruits, vegetables,
Hmm.
root vegetables, because my father was so fond of sowing seeds for different type of vegetables. Anywhere he went, he saw some different vegetable, he'd get the seeds and make sure it got cultivated in our land, and he grew it. So we always had at least 8 to 10 different types of vegetables at home, always ready. And there were so
Wow.
many fruits, like amount of jackfruits and mangoes, and like pineapples, banana, papaya, you name it, it was all there. I wouldn't say the English fruits, but the Indian fruits that we have, everything was there. So we
Wow.
never lacked in that perspective. The
Hmm.
only thing that was a constant strain on my parents life was finance. That is the currency, I would say. So
Hmm.
that gave a little burden to them. And seeing that, my elder sisters, I come from a family of 8 kids. We are a huge family. We are 4 sisters, 4 brothers. I have
Wow.
lost one brother and one sister. So we are 6 of us now.
Wow.
So we are always maintaining the balance. So my elder sisters were very keen that the younger ones should get proper food to eat and school education and everything. So they left home at a very young age. I remember my eldest sister left at the age of 8. Then onwards, my other sister left at somewhere around 10 or 11. And the third one left at the age of 10 as such. So they
Hmm.
came to Mumbai working as, housemaids, working at home.
Hmm.
And they used to send the money so that we could there would be enough food at home and all, at home. So
Hmm.
after that, it came to a time, like till the age of say 11. And I started school at a very young age, because my the teachers who came for census at home, they realized that I was very fluent in the state language, that's Kannada. And
Hmm.
the teacher said, you need to send her to school because she's very smart. So don't
Hmm.
waste her talent, like keeping her here at home. Let her come to school, let her learn. So
Hmm.
I was like, but I don't have uniform. I don't
Hmm.
have a bag. I don't have the slate or the books. And I have work at home to do. So they said, you can finish your work and come whatever time you come, but you come to school. So I
Hmm.
had this lenient time that I could, even if it was late for me 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they still would understood. So I went to school at the age of 4.5, and I was taken to the first standard at the age of 4.5 directly. Usually
Wow.
they would take somewhere around 5.5. So I was taken at the age of 4.5, and the first 2 years were like very tumultuous, because I was missing the home life that I used to have, running to the jungle whenever I wanted, go and put the swing and swing away like that. But after second standard, I realized this is very important. When you are going out, whether you are going into city or anywhere else, it's very important that you study. So I seriously started learning. And
Mm,
one of the best things that I remember about my studies is, whatever the teachers taught me, I
mm,
would just pick it up. It was
mm,
like I didn't have to revise time and again. So whenever they said something, I would pick up immediately. Matlab, my focus was completely there. So I was very happy with my studies, and everything was going on well. And my teachers, they were all happy with my studies. And my teachers used to always tell me, Martina, you're very good with your studies, but what do you want to do in your future? What do you
mm,
want to go
mm,
ahead and do? You will be finishing now seventh standard, and then you will be going to 10th. What do you want to do? You need to
mm,
decide something. So I always admired my principal, and I
mm,
always wanted to be a teacher. For me, it didn't matter whether I was teaching in a school, college, or I was teaching some, but I just wanted to be a teacher.
mm,
Imparting knowledge and education was something that I always wanted to do. But
mm,
when I went to seventh standard, I realized the condition was very bad at my place. My
mm,
sisters were also struggling to earn money, because at that time the salaries were somewhere around 20, 30, 50 rupees. That was the maximum you would get.
mm,
So,
mm, mm,
like, I heard one of the days my sisters saying that it's becoming very difficult for us, and they were like kind of telling, like, she will anyways, even after studying, she will get married and go. But now it's a struggle for us. If she could work with us, it would become much more easier. That was a
mm,
very I would say a very, very self assured, and I was a righteous person. So if
mm,
anybody started saying anything about me, or anybody found any problem because of me, I
mm,
would be very conscious. So the
mm,
immediate next thing I did was to say, I said, I told I used to call my mother Mai. I said, Mai, I am going to Bombay. And she was like, what? Suddenly what happened? I said, nothing. I just want to go. And
mm,
my mom was in such a condition, she did not hesitate or stop me. She said, okay, fine, go. Because for
mm,
her, everything was so much of a this thing, chaos at home. She said, okay.
mm,
And I left home. I came to Mumbai. I worked for 4 months and I went back because I was so homesick. I
mm,
didn't like the food in Bombay. I didn't like the garbage that was everywhere. I did not like it. And just after 4 months, I went back. But when
mm,
I went back after 4 months, I realized the difference in Bombay and Mangalore. I realized in Bombay, people were very reserved. The parents were much more gentle with their children. They understood their children's schooling perspective. They needed to give education and all those stuff. Whereas in Mangalore, these stuffs were not really taken care of that much. If you're going to go to school, go. Otherwise, it's fine.
mm,
So there I realized that if I am not working, that means I'll not be able to educate my younger brothers. I have
mm,
not got the complete education, but my brother's education will be hampered. So I said,
mm,
okay, fine. Then what I have started, I need to redo again. Though I
mm,
tried to go back to school, but my father was a little this thing like, you have lost 1 year. Why do you want to go back to school now? Obviously, with their perspective of mind. So I went back to work to Mumbai, and I have worked in different places. I worked as a nanny. I worked as a housekeeper. I have worked making chocolates. The best people I met. To be honest, I have heard so many stories about people telling, the people treat like this, like this, like that. I never found any such thing. I am so blessed. Each of the people I worked with were just too good. I never had any problem with anyone. And to be honest, I still keep in touch with maximum number of them. I'm still in
Wow.
touch.
Still
Yes,
after so many years.
yes, I'm still
Wow.
in touch with them. I have connections like 30, 35 years back. I still
Wow.
have connections. So
Wow.
they always remember me by a honest young little child who was a brat, to be honest, would not listen to something that was said very easily because she had to find logic in that. But they all still remember me. I still visit them. Each of those houses I still visit, and I've worked for long, long times, not like, worked for 1 year and left, or 2 years, or I've worked like 8 years, 10 years, like that. So I was a very honest person, and I met all honest people, to be honest. Blessed, to be honest, very blessed. So I'm found to be very compatible with each one of them. I worked very well with them. After I started working for this lady who used to bake chocolates and cakes, that is where I got a chance to go abroad. So I went to
Mm.
Dubai. During all this time, even though my school I had left, I had not stopped learning. That was
Mm.
one part of life that was continuously there. If I
Mm.
found newspapers, read and learn. If I didn't understand, go and ask them, okay, what is the meaning of this sentence? What is the meaning of this word? I would make a book, write it down, and make sure I implemented that word in my language. Because
Mm.
initially, when I came to Bombay, my English was terrible, but I picked up. So,
Mm.
with that part, I implemented this in my life, and I realized it was becoming very easy for me to pick up the languages, learn the languages, implement
Mm.
it into my daily life. And people used to think I am a very highly qualified person because of the way I used to use my language.
Communicate.
So,
Yeah.
like, I made connections with like good people, people
Mm.
who were much higher than my situation. I made always connections with the higher people. So I have met like so many people. I have met Juhi Chawla, Kunal Kapoor. I have met yeah, even Karan Kapoor. I have met Karan Chopra. Yes, Karan Johar. Sorry, Karan
Good.
Johar. I've met him. Then I have met Kunal Goswami. I have met Parmeshwar Godrej. I have met
Wow.
her daughter. So, like, these were, though for brief moments I met, I connected personally. At that
Mm.
time, we never had mobiles or something that I could click the pictures and all. But each one of them, I remember, they taught me something. All very
Mm.
simple people, though in the media they are all hyped and all. I found them to be very simple, down to earth, all connected very well. I have personally met Ekta Kapoor when she was in her tail braids of oiled two plates. She used to come directly from school or college to the house that I was in, and she used to love to eat the Sindhi food. So she used to come. So I remember her at that time when even that Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi Kahani Gar Gar Ki was not started. It started after that. So I have
Mm.
met all these people and have learned so many things. And I realized these people are successful because of the principles they are following in their life. And that's what I
Mm.
try to emulate somewhere in my life, continuously studying, learning, and keeping up. After going to Dubai, I got a chance to understand computers. I was very keen about computers. The first time I had seen a computer, learned about a computer, was in 1983 on TV. And I used to think like that, I wish if I could get this machine in my hand, I could do so much with this machine. But I never thought that in my future I would do that, but I guess I manifested it. So I learned the computer, but it was basic because it was a little difficult for me to understand, and it was that one big dabba sort of a thing. I
Mm.
learned there. Then after a year and a half, I got married over there, and I came down here. And then I was like, now what to do? Now I don't
Mm.
have a job. I'm taking care of my child because I had already had a baby girl by that time. So my husband said, since the baby is still very small, why don't you at least now try and finish your correspondence education? See what you can do with that. Don't pressurize yourself, but at least try and complete it. So I was like, no, 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 no. Then I said, okay, let me try it. Let me try it. I went ahead, I applied for Annamalai University and I got accepted. And I was like, never completed 10th. How am I going to do college? I don't know. But I said, okay, my English is good. Something will go into the brain. I gave my entrance exam. I cleared. I did my first year BA. I cleared. So that gave me this confidence. Okay, I can do it. So I completed my correspondence BA in sociology.
Mm.
And then was the time when it was a little difficult for us because my husband lost his job. He came back to Mumbai, and then we didn't have any income source kind of thing. So then I said, now what to do? So all that I had learned throughout the years, I said, let me use something from that. I
Mm.
started using the techniques of making chocolates. So I started making that and selling it for
Mm.
corporates. And I was doing pretty
Mm.
well. But life doesn't remain the same always. And when I continued with that, and after a period of time, my husband was like, because there is no job, even I don't have a job, let me set up he was very keen with the canvassing part of print media, so we could
Mm.
canvas for the corporates and get orders and get it done. So he set that up and he was doing that okay. And then he was like, my sister-in-law and me used to stay together. So she was like, Martina, why don't you go out? Why don't you learn and do this? So I was like, why do I have to go? Why do I have to do? Because I was not really a person who would go out and, talk to people about work, marketing stuff and all. I had never known. So I said, okay, let me go. I went, tried. It was very difficult initially. So like for almost 1.5 year it was a big struggle, but then I caught it on. Then we got a huge order from ILFS Education. That is one of the biggest companies of 108 companies of ILFS. Of course, ILFS has liquidated quite a lot in the last years, but we worked with them from 2008 to 2016 with all their modules, education modules and everything. And it was like the best time of business, I would say. From what I was to what I had become, I
Mm.
realized throughout that time that I had manifested all of it. All that I wanted to teach, all that I wanted to be, I wanted to have an office, the computers, everything I had manifested and everything I had got. Then in 2016, everything became tough with all the printing media was coming, there was a big recession in print media. So the orders were less and the margins were lesser. It was very difficult. So then I said the natural option then is to move on to digital marketing because that was the next field over there. So I
Mm.
picked up from there. I started learning bits and bits of digital marketing. I had a mentor by the name of Digital Deepak. You all also might be knowing him. And I learned, I took an internship under him. I learned under him. I came in the top 100. And then there was no looking back because then I started working as a social media manager, social media optimizations, this, that, and all the parts of digital marketing. Though I am not a very big fan of paid marketing, but I am very interested in organic marketing. And currently, what I am doing is specializing in organic marketing, helping women entrepreneurs to take their small businesses online, build their brand, online presence. So, this is currently the scenario. You asked me about my childhood, and I went about my whole life.
Which is very interesting. Let me tell you that.
Thank you. Yes. So,
Yeah.
that's
So
the story.
superb. It's so inspiring. Just as expected. You remember we had this conversation before, right? So it
Yes.
is really very inspiring. I never knew that you know so many celebrities. Now I need to talk to you on different lines now. So tell
Yes.
me, you have learned from the digital Deepak, right? He is one of the person who has helped so many newbies to learn about digital. Uh, does he has any credit in you starting your own digital firm right now? And does his learning actually helps you get more clients?
Absolutely. So digital marketing, initially when I started doing, it was just a hobby.
Hmm.
Then when I got the internship, it was like a craving, for that degree, for that certification. It was that. But later on, when I realized what you can do with digital marketing, that was like totally mind blowing. So yes, digital Deepak has been a very integral part of my journey, is because at that time in digital marketing there was not really low paying courses or something, or there was not internships also was not available easily at that time. I got the internship, though we purchased the course for 15,000, I made 18,000 from that.
Hmm.
So it was
Okay.
like I got my money back, plus I got credibility because I learned how to write blogs. We wrote a blog for him, and I made so many friends in that community who I am still connected with. So
Hmm.
there is like your many of the people might be knowing Jayant Padi. He was one of the people from our group. He is now working with Digital Deepak. Even I got an offer to work with him, but then obviously I was not at that level, and I was like not really very keen because I was not sure I could come to that level at that time. So I declined the offer. After that, I have not really looked back. And yes, after learning from Digital Deepak, I have learned from many others. I have also learned from Saurav Jain. I have learned from Arzusha. But Digital Deepak was definitely the first foundation stone. That course was the foundation stone for my digital marketing.
Right.
And it is very, very important for any business to have a presence in digital marketing. If you are not doing anything in digital marketing for your business, whether by yourself or by any agencies or by a freelancer, you are losing out. You're losing that money that is on the table. You're just letting the money go on the table because you can do so
Hmm.
many things. So yes, digital marketing course has helped me a lot.
So, if I had to ask you, that convince women entrepreneur, like any women, usually speaking, they would not go aggressive in terms of investing in paid marketings, or putting money into their business just for marketing without sustainable or numbers of ROIs, right? So,
Yes.
what are the three things you will tell women that because of this three reason you need to invest in digital? Like, I see you have core belief in digital marketing. So what are those three things which you are convinced of, and you will ask other women to take your trust and move forward?
So as a woman entrepreneur, it might be difficult for you to invest in paid marketing. I understand that. But initially, you can take that first steps towards building your presence online.
Hmm.
Think about the long term goal. Okay. Don't look for short term goals, because when you are saying paid market, it's a short time goal.
Hmm.
If you want long term goals, you need to build your relationships with your customers. So the three very important things why you should give a chance for digital marketing is, it helps you build your online presence. Nowadays people don't look on the newspapers for your brand or on the TV. They go to Instagram, they go to Facebook, or they go to LinkedIn.
Hmm.
If I know Nikita Vora, then I will go and search for Nikita Vora in LinkedIn, or
Hmm.
else I'll go and search for her on Instagram. What is her credibility? And when they see these many people are following, these many people I have worked with, then that is your credibility. That is where your authority is being shown. Social media marketing is a very integral part of digital marketing, where you can build your authority, whether you're a coach, a small business, home entrepreneur, whatever you are. So it's the second most important thing.
Hmm.
The third most important thing why you need to do digital marketing, you start getting results even after 10 years.
Hmm.
Because when you are online, when your info is there, People might be
Hmm.
searching for you after 5 years, 10 years, they will still find you there.
Hmm.
So remember that if you are investing in digital marketing for your business, you are investing in your future of your business.
Hmm.
So it is
Hmm.
very important for you to invest in it, whether by paid marketing or organic marketing. You need to invest that time. If you cannot do it by yourself, you can hire someone to do it for you. But I
Hmm.
would still suggest go in, learn about it little more, so you know what you are getting, what you are doing, like the small nitty gritty parts of it. So digital marketing is very important for business, and women entrepreneurs definitely should learn and implement digital marketing in their business. It's very important.
Super. So tell me, you've been doing digital marketing for quite some women, right? And your
Yes.
specific is healers.
Yes.
Uh, why did you choose to be in that niche segment?
So it's not exactly healers, it's coaches and healers, because coaches have a simultaneous thing of getting into healing as well. So in 2020 during COVID, my first awareness about life being more than what it is seen with your naked eye, I realized that part of my life. I got into access consciousness. I did my first bars the practitioner certification in 2020. And then after that, simultaneously, I did it twice, because you have to do it 3 times to become a facilitator. So I became a facilitator. And during this period, I understood that what you are seeing, what you are doing is not all that is there. There is much more. So
Hmm.
everything is energy. So this part might be a little bit scientific and little bit spiritual, but even though I was religious, I never accepted things to be that energetic. So for me, money was just money.
Hmm.
Money is there, money is not there. But in that awareness, I realized money is energy. With what energy you are taking that money
Hmm.
will make your money multiply for you or lack for you.
Hmm.
So I was very interested. I slowly started doing these small courses and small learnings about coaching, healing, life coaching, and then I became a fully certified life coach. And when I
Wow.
became a life coach, I realized the major part of the problem for life coaches and healers was building their online presence, or building a brand for themselves. That's when I realized, because I'm already from digital marketing and I already know the journey of the life coach, I'm the best person to show them how they can do this. So that's how I started working with the life coaches and the healers. So it comes from experience, obviously. So that's how I started working with the life coaches and healers, because I know their perspective. I know what are their pain points, what are their problems, who are their target audience. So I found that apt for me, that when I went into a digital marketing agency, I said then I'm only going to focus on coaches and healers. And obviously, we need more coaches and healers in our life now, more than
Absolutely.
ever.
And they impact life. I'm
Absolutely.
totally on this with you. So tell me, when I usually go to take a sessions in school, colleges, or anywhere as a guest speaker, I'm always asked that digital marketing is now going to be outsourced to AI, and this is such a common question and common curiosity, that is our job going to go away because AI is there? What is your take on it?
To be honest, because I'm already working with AI, there's no way AI can take your job away. There's just no way. AI is your best assistant to increase your efficiency and productivity. Definitely. That assistant is there for you to scale your business. Use it well, use it in the right way, with the right values. Use it. But there's no way AI can take over you, because that AI is built by you. Remember that human has built AI, AI has not built human. So if humans have built AI, they are definitely 4 steps ahead of AI. So there's no way anybody is going to lose the job due to AI. Yes, the job might reduce. Like, copywriters were, they used to hire copywriters like three, four of them. So now they might hire one copywriter. But if
Mm,
you are one of the best copywriters, why would you lose your job?
mm.
That's as simple as that.
Super. So, I promise this is my last question. You joined SHELeads, right? I know I had initial conversation with you in December, and then you joined in the month of Jan, right? So, what was your intention of joining SHELeads?
um, One part of my life, as I said, in business is marketing, which is my weak point. Um, though I am from digital marketing, when I have to speak about my business, I always found it uh, draining. It would always drain my energy to explain my business. I wanted to be in a comfortable group where I could, talk about my problems, the issues that I was facing, with somebody who was like minded. The first time I connected with you, I realized you are from the same field and on the same wavelength. That helped me. Second thing, when you said you are focusing on women entrepreneurs, my mission was reminded to me, because my mission is to help women entrepreneurs to build online presence. So I said, this is the best place. So, keeping my fear aside, just got out of my comfort zone. I said, this, so you have to do it. And that's how I connected with you. And I am really grateful that universe brought us together. Through that, I connected with so many people, and helping. I'm already working with 2 people from SHELeads group for their social media marketing, and I'm still in talk with someone else also. So that is the reason why I joined with SHELeads, and the purpose is served. And I would say any woman entrepreneur who is doing work from home, that is their home business or their small business, they should always have a community like She Leads to support, because
Super.
it is very necessary. Each entrepreneur is completely alone in their journey, as long as they are, like, they don't have a community.
True.
So find a community. I'm not saying only come to She Leads. Definitely come to She Leads. We are here to support you. But find a community. If you are a woman entrepreneur,
Belonging.
yes, yes, you belong there. You have all the support. You have all the questions answered. You know, it helps
True.
you to scale your business, build community, connectivity, network. It's so much helpful. And it has
Hmm.
definitely helped my own confidence as well as my business both.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Martina ji, for this lovely interaction and for
Thank you.
vouching for SHELeads.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
I personally want to thank you also, because you took this initiative to get this community together and make this into a realization for women entrepreneurs like us. So, anyone who is listening to this podcast, this video, I would say, please go ahead, join communities, join She Leads or join any other communities where women entrepreneurs will hold your hand to scale your business, because
True.
eventually we can hold each other's hand and go forward. We need to build a
Absolutely.
nation for our future.
Superb. That's such a lovely message.
Thank
It
you.
does make sense, right? Women supporting women.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So thank you so much for your time.